Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego, my beautiful wife, Karina from Venezuela. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. And whatever it is you celebrate during the Christmas season, we wish you a Merry one of those. And this is your K1 Visa channel, your live stream where you can ask all the questions you want. Ask regarding K1 visas, green cards, spousal visas, tourist visas. Now, don't ask me anything about student visas. I know nothing about a student visa. Nothing. Zero. Okay. But I can write the book on K1 visas and green cards. I've got 10 years of experience doing this. 10 years I've been helping people. And Karina went to her scary visa interview at the embassy in Bogota, Colombia on November 16th, 2023. And she picked up her K1 visa on December 16th because she had a 221G. We had to get an Interpol police certificate, which was no problem for Karina. She took care of it. And then we flew to the United States on January 3rd, 2024, got married January 14th, 2024. And Karina got her green card on June 25th, 2024. And here we are, almost 1 year into this is Karina's first Christmas in the United States of America. Her very first Christmas. Now, I've celebrated Christmas with Karina many times, but we were in Colombia, in Bogota, Colombia. So I'm used to celebrating. I was with Karina 3 years in Colombia celebrating Christmas. So this is her first Christmas in the United States, okay? And for Christmas, she got me some Mountain Dew underwear, and it came in this can right here. Seriously, it was pretty neat. It was in there. So the Mountain Dew continues. And I've also got the pixie dust ready to go. If you want to ask me questions, if you need help with your K1 visa, you need some pixie dust luck. And I've got Mountain Dew for the Mountain Dew salutes for those folks who want to tell us about their success stories. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I give you zero legal advice. I don't work for USCIS. I don't do that. I never have. I never will. But they need people. They're like 2,000 people short. So if the green card application's taking a little bit longer, 6 to 9 months, be patient. As long as you are together in the United States, right? Don't worry if your I-94 is timed out. Don't worry about it. You are together. You got an I-797 notice. You're in process. So you're waiting for your green card. Just relax. Okay? It's going to take some time to get it, but you will get it as long as you put together a fantastic green card application. If you didn't put a fantastic green card application together, if it's horrible, if you were lazy, then don't be surprised if you get an RFE asking for more information. The secret to the successful green card application is, number one, you're going to stack it up with, tons of evidence of your relationship, even if you got to go back to when you first started dating. When you put photos in your green card application, I'm talking about your 2-year green card application, make sure you got photos from when you first started dating each other. You want to show how the relationship developed over years. Okay? When Karina submitted her green card application on February 29th, 2024, we'd been dating. We had 4 years worth of stuff to put in there. Pictures from 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. So what's the secret to a fantastic green card application? Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. Now, Karina is closing in on year 1 in the United States of America. On January 3rd, she would have been here for 1 year. And she got a green card June of 2024. So we're going to lift the conditions off of her 2-year green card and get her 10-year green card in March. We're going to apply in March of 2026. Which is almost next year. I can almost say next year, right? So March of 2026, we're going to apply for Karina's 10-year green card. And if you're still hanging out with us, if you're still hanging out with Diego and Karina, we will help you and keep going on helping you. Okay? So if you don't need our help, that's fine too. If you know how to do this, you don't need anybody to help you, you don't need a coach, then that's good. That's great. No problem. But remember, qualify for the benefit. Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, and Miss Beneficiary, qualify for the benefit before you submit your package. If you haven't met each other in person, okay, but you've been talking to each other for 3 years on the internet, in WhatsApp or Yahoo Messenger, but you haven't met each other, don't submit the application. You got to get on a plane and you got to go meet your beneficiary. And Vanna Bob is first up on the live stream. Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. Hope you have a good day. Well, the day was fantastically good. Merry Christmas to Vanna Bob. Yesterday I made Christmas dinner for Karina, and this morning Karina made Christmas breakfast. So Karina made Christmas breakfast this morning, and I made Christmas dinner yesterday. Shiku, Diego, I was waiting to send my application on the 19th of this month, December 2024. I have my tracking number. I checked. They said my application was delivered, but I don't know the lockbox don't work on the weekend. No, they don't work on the weekend. Now USCIS works on Saturdays, sometimes on Sundays, depending on the workload, okay? But normally they don't work on the weekends, all right? Shiku says, I am confused. Well, let me unconfuse Shiku. Now, Shiku, you have an 11-year-old daughter also, right? That we helped bring to the United States. So let me close. What is all this? Some kind of YouTube message right there. We go. Now I can see you guys better. I was waiting for I sent my application. So you sent your application on the 19th of December, 2024. I have my tracking number. Okay. And they said my application was delivered. Okay. But they don't know the lockbox. Okay. The good news is immigration received your green card application. They have it. They just haven't opened the box yet. Number one, today's Christmas Day. It's December 25th. So nobody at USCIS is at work today processing green cards. And they probably won't be there tomorrow. But the good news is, Shiku, they have received your green card application. It's sitting on a shelf. Okay. So here, just imagine this is your green card application. It's sitting on a shelf in Phoenix, Arizona. That's where you sent it, right? If I remember. When they get to it, Shiku, when they open it, they will cash the check and they will send you an IOE receipt number. And then you will know that they received it. But right now, your green card application has been successfully delivered and it is currently sitting on a shelf at USCIS headquarters in Phoenix, Arizona. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where you sent your green card applications, Shiku, was to Phoenix. They just haven't opened it up yet. That's it. Don't worry. They have it. You're good. You need to relax and enjoy your Christmas. Okay? And how long does it take for USCIS to cash your check? It takes between a week to 3 weeks. It all depends on how busy they are. Okay? If they're real busy, it could take 3 weeks. If they're not real busy, it could take maybe 5 or 6 days. It depends on how busy they are. But Shiku, they have your green card application. They have it. It's right there in Phoenix. You're good. All you got to do is wait now. I got an itchy nose. Don't be confused, Shiku. There's nothing to be confused about. They have your package. Hedrax Sodiero of Christ Fire. Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, Hedrax. And to you and your family. Merry Christmas to everybody. And Sheila Mariette. Merry Christmas with IBGTQ community. The LBGTQ community. Sheila, thank you so much. And we wish all of you guys Merry Christmas also in the LBGTQ community. Merry Christmas to you guys. And we just want to get your green cards, okay? We want to get your K1 visas. We want you to get reunited with your families. That's why we put the channel together. It was Karina's idea, okay, for the channel. And all I did was put it together. And so Sheila, Merry Christmas to you and your family and to your wife to be. Shiku, I don't know, did you get married yet? I'm not sure, Sheila, if you guys got married. Oh, no, so let me see here. MB, Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. Merry Christmas, MB. And Shiku, how long does it take for them to cash the check? How long does it take? It takes as long as they have people to open the box. Shiku, your green card application is perfectly safe. It's secure in a secure facility in Arizona at USCIS. It's Christmas week, so things are not going to be moving as fast as they would normally because folks are on vacation. Lots of people take holiday time, vacation time for Christmas. They take 2 weeks off for vacation. They take 10 days vacation. They go visit family. So things slow down just a little bit, okay? But you're going to get your green card application. You'll get your notification here probably coming up in the new year. In 2025, you're going to hear from immigration, okay? Shiku, in January, you'll hear from them. Head direct, Soldier of Christ Fire. Thank you, guys. Well, we're going to give everybody a Mountain Dew salute. I'm going to start it off with a Merry Christmas to everybody, okay? Mountain Dew salute. And let's put some pixie dust on Shiku's green card application because she's worried about it. But you mustn't worry about it. Shiku. Yes, Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, I'm good, right? I got a pretty good memory. I'm worried, though. I thought maybe USPS lost my package because a package arrived on Saturday the 21st, which is a Phoenix lockbox. Don't work on the weekend. Now, listen, Shiku. When your package arrived at immigration in Phoenix, they took it and they put it on the shelf, okay? They have it. And you're not even watching the video to see my response. So, but that's okay. Maybe you can come back later and watch the video later. But Shiku, they have your package. Somebody at the lockbox. There's always somebody to receive packages at immigration. There's always somebody at immigration to receive packages 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There's always somebody there to take, because it's a secure document. Information in there is very, very sensitive. Your social security number for your sponsor, your immigration documents. So there's always going to be somebody at immigration to accept the package. When they get to it, when they open it, that's another thing. So, Shiku, they took your box, they put it on a shelf, they locked it up, and now you're waiting for the USCIS folks to return back to work after the Christmas holidays so they can start processing your green card application. Just give it some time. It's easy. You guys don't stress this process, okay? Remember, Karina, she went to her scary visa interview in Bogota, Colombia in November of 2023. And they gave her, she got approved, but they said, oh, you got to get an Interpol police certificate. Here's your white sheet for your approval. Here's your yellow sheet. Was it Amarillo or Verde? She got her yellow sheet for the 221G. Okay. She had to get an Interpol police certificate, which she did. And she got it. It's no big deal. It was a big deal at the day. She's like, what the heck? But then once she understood that she had to get it because she was a resident of Colombia, because Karina's a Venezuelan citizen who was a resident of Colombia, she had to get this extra paperwork. So if you're watching this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are in Colombia watching this video and your fiance is Venezuelan, you got to get the police certificate from Interpol if the Venezuelan lives in Colombia. Shiku, look at that fantastic Christmas super chat from Shiku. Merry Christmas, Shiku. Thank you. Thank you every day. I check my bank to see if they take the money. Shiku, quit doing that. Here's what you got to do. Today's the 25th of December. It's a holiday. Tomorrow's going to be a holiday. Probably in England, it's a holiday. Canada, it's a holiday. But I think it's called Boxing Day in the United Kingdom. So things are not going to be happening probably until, I would say, the 27th or 28th of December. And then we're getting ready for New Year's. And then everybody said, well, let's take a half day. It's New Year's Eve. Everybody closes down early. So my Shiku, listen, my recommendation to you is this. January 5th or 6th is when you start looking for your cash your check to be cashed. The first week of January. Right now, there's nothing happening. There's nothing happening at USCIS. They're on vacation. But there's security on the building, and they're accepting green card applications. They're accepting K-1 visa applications in Louisville, Texas. Security takes them to somebody who's on duty that day, and they put it on a shelf. And then that's it. You can't do anything until they open the box. And when they open the box, they're going to check to make sure you filled out the check properly. When you fill out the check for your green card application, okay, please don't use your credit card to pay for your green card. U.S. Department of Homeland Security. U.S. Department, I got to put a T in there, of Homeland Security. That's who you make the check out to for your green card and for your K-1 visa application, your I-129F application. Don't use your credit card. Why? Because banks don't recognize the charge. I see so many people come on the channel, or they send me a message in the channel saying, there you go. My bank blocked the charge. They didn't accept the payment from my credit card. The bank didn't recognize, your bank gets a bill from the USCIS for $1,440 or however much you're paying, whatever you're doing, and they look at it and the bank says, "What the heck is this?" So they put a block on it until you contact the bank. Well, USCIS, they don't play that. If they get a block, that's it. They're done. They stop processing your green card. So how do you avoid that? How can you stop your green card application from being stopped because of a bank error? Not so much a bank error. The bank's trying to protect you. You write a check, cashier's check or personal check. Do not use a credit card, and do not use your what do they call it? Money orders. Shiku, I was just worried because my package arrived on the weekend because don't work on Saturday, but thank you for your advice. Shiku, you got to relax. When I mailed Karina's K-1 visa application to USCIS in Louisville, Texas, they got it on a Sunday. But I knew they got it on a Sunday because UPS told me they delivered it. I used UPS, but you can use UPS, FedEx, or DHL. UPS is right down the street, so I used UPS because it's so close. They got it on a Sunday. I got notified on a Sunday. They received it by UPS. But they didn't touch her package for I think it was 8, 9, 10 days. 8 days, something like that. And then all of a sudden, I got the NOA1 letter. Boom, there it is. Just be patient. Shiku, I used my personal check. Yay, no credit. Good job, Shiku. Mountain Dew salute. Mountain Dew salute to Shiku for the super chat. Thank you for that super chat. And because you wrote a check. So you know what that means, right, Shiku? You know what that means? There's a note from my wife. You know what it means when you write a check? Immigration can scan it electronically and send it to your bank and get payment right away, immediately. Immigration will get immediate payment from a check on a piece of paper. They scan it, and there's however it works, I don't know, but they get it paid immediately, which means when they open the box, Shiku, with your green card application, they're going to cash the check immediately. Boom. Your green card will be in process. And you used USPS, and they told you they delivered it. Now, I don't recommend using the United States Postal Service to mail green card applications or K-1 visas. Okay? I don't recommend it. I recommend a courier service like FedEx, UPS, or DHL. But if you use the Postal Service, GQ, and they notified you they have delivered it to immigration in Phoenix, Arizona, then all you can do now is just relax. You should just enjoy your Christmas. Enjoy America, your first Christmas in the United States. This is Karina's first Christmas in the United States of America. Okay, I made the Christmas dinner yesterday, and Karina made the Christmas breakfast this morning. But for dinner today, I want freaking pizza. I want pizza. We're gonna have pizza tonight. So Karina's gonna make the toppings for the pizza. And I just wanted to, jump on the live stream to help you guys for Christmas Day. We're always with you. We're always going to be with you. Christmas Day, New Year's Day, 365 days of the year. We're always thinking about you guys, trying to help you. I do the live stream, just Wednesdays and Saturdays with Karina, and then sometimes I'll do it by myself. But we're going to be here to pull you over the finish line. Francois Livingston, Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. No night off. Francois, today is what? When do I do a live stream? Wednesdays and Saturdays with Karina. Today's Wednesday, right? So guess what? It's live stream day. So just, if the Wednesday falls on a Christmas day, we're here. We're going to be online. We're going to be doing the live stream. Shiku Dumbaya, I was waiting for the live stream from yesterday. Yeah, Shiku, yesterday was, what day was yesterday? Martes? Tuesday? I don't do a live stream on Tuesdays. Okay, these are the live stream days. It's going to be Wednesdays and Saturdays with Karina, and then I'll do it Mondays by myself. And unless Karina isn't busy, because Karina working now. Frank Valdez, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to Frank Valdez and your family. Live stream is Monday, 6 p.m. with Diego. Okay? And then Wednesday, 6 p.m. and Saturday, right? 6 p.m. with Diego and Karina. There we go. So how was Frank's Christmas? It's, it's 60 degrees outside. It was a nice day. It wasn't cold. Very nice day today here in the Panhandle of Florida. Karina's like, Karina's used to living in Caracas, Venezuela, where she's in a dry mountainous heat. Because Karina lived in the mountains of Venezuela. And then she went to university in Caracas, right? Then she moved to Bogota, Colombia in 2017. And I lived in Bogota, Colombia with Karina 2.5, close to 3 years. And it was like cold, rainy, freaking horrible weather every day. Rainy, cold, rain, rain. But that's because it was the mountains of Bogota. But there were some days where it was nice and sunny. I'm like, hey, today's a sunny day. Great. We'd go out. But we always carried an umbrella with us. Because I don't know if it rains more in London, in England, than it does in Bogota, Colombia. But the rain is pretty intense in Bogota. I mean, the rain comes down, boom, and it cleans all the streets. It's fantastic. I love living in Bogota, but the high altitude and the mountain sickness and the cold weather, I'm glad to be in Florida with Karina. Frank Valdez, it is 41 degrees in Chicago. Woo! Chicago is cold. Is it? But hopefully no snow. I know Francois, she lives in upstate New York, where was probably snowing. So Francois and Hammond are probably out there building snowman again today. I don't know. But I know it gets snowy in Chicago too, and I have to get out there with the snowplows and clean the streets. The Mountain Nomads, Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. Today we celebrate our 3-year anniversary with my fiance because we met on Christmas of 2021. Well, Mountain Dew salute to the Mountain Nomads. 3 years today. Now listen. Today's Christmas Day, right? Now I don't know if you celebrate Christmas or not, but if you celebrate Christmas and your beneficiary is overseas, let's suppose your beneficiary is in England or Australia, okay, or some other place. Make sure you wish your fiance a Merry Christmas. If they celebrate it, get on a WhatsApp and get a screenshot of where you're wishing each other Merry Christmas. And then print the screenshot, and you're going to use that in your K1 visa application if you haven't yet filed for your green card. If you are still dating each other, like when I was dating Karina, we dated for over a year. And when I was in Florida, I would call her up on her birthday. I'd call her on Christmas. I'd call her. I didn't call her on our Independence Day because they don't. I mean, Colombia and Venezuela, they have a different day for Independence Day. But you want to show proof of communication. So, but I was mostly in Colombia with Karina anyway, so I didn't have a whole bunch of stuff for WhatsApp chats to submit. But the time that I was separated from her, which was about 11 months, I had a year's worth of WhatsApp chats. Okay, I had one folder dedicated only to our communications, chatting to each other back and forth for a year. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying you got to include a year's worth of WhatsApp chats. I mean, that was, but I would put at least 2 or 3 chats per month for about 50, let's say about 50 or 60 chats for a whole year of dating, showing that you're still in communication with each other. Shiku, if my check does not get cashed after 3 weeks, what can I do? You wait until they cash it. Shiku, immigration received your green card application. The Postal Service told you they have delivered it. It's sitting on a shelf in Arizona. If they haven't cashed your check after 3 weeks, you just wait until they cash it. Just wait. They have it. It's safe and secure, and you're good. But remember, immigration needs to hire about 2,000 more people. There's at least 60, 70,000 green card applications going out, and they don't have enough people to process them all that day. So give them time. Be patient. The Mountain Nomads. She is in the United States and I'm in Morocco. Okay. So you're going to be going to Casablanca for your K1 visa interview. We celebrate Christmas and our anniversary together. She rented a cabin in the forest. Our interview is scheduled February 11th here in Morocco. Well, I remember you saying that, Mountain Nomads. No, I didn't forget about you. I remembered that you. No, I don't forget about anybody. Okay. But remember, I'm not a young spring chicken. So when you said the second part, then I remembered. But I didn't forget about you. You're waiting for your Casablanca visa interview. I just didn't remember the date. It was February 11th. I forgot about that. But now you reminded me. So very good. You forgot about me easily, but I understand. No. Mountain Nomads, I didn't forget about you. I was trying to make sure I don't mess up. Because sometimes I'll offend somebody. Like, oh, I'm waiting for my spousal visa, not my K1. Oh, I'm sorry. I get confused. But I don't forget about anybody. But I won't forget Mountain Nomads is now going to have your scary visa interview in Casablanca. And you're going to do just fine. But make sure that you bring all of your communications with you, okay, with your sponsor in the United States. When you go to your visa interview in Casablanca, wear business casual. Be relaxed. If you don't know the answer to a question, when the consular officer asks you a question, if you don't know the answer, just say, I don't know the answer. Just say, I don't know. And then close your mouth and wait for the next question, But more than likely, you're going to know all of the answers to the questions that you're given. Make sure you prepare for the visa interview by knowing everything about your fiance in America. And your fiance needs to know everything about you in Morocco. Okay? The Mountain Nomads, you are the best, Diego. We are so grateful to you. We're going to get you through this. Okay? Karina, she went to her visa interview in Bogota, Colombia, and she's from Venezuela. So Karina's already in a country that's not her country. Colombia is not her country, but she lived there for 6 years because Venezuela is a place you don't want to be right now, right? It sucks there because of the government. The government's horrible. So most Venezuelans live in Colombia or in Chile or Uruguay or Brazil. Like Karina's brother lives in Brazil because Venezuela sucks. And it's very distressing for Karina. Okay, it's not good. But hopefully the new president that we just elected will fix that coming next year. Hopefully he will get Venezuela free of that dictator. Maybe Maduro should go live in Moscow with the Syrian dictator Assad. Maybe they can get together. I don't know. But I'm just glad for the Syrians because they're free now. They got freedom. We need Venezuela to get freedom. Chris and Emil, hi, Merry Christmas. We will process the adjustment of status in late January or submit it in the first week of February. Work permit and green card. Chris and Emil, you submit the green card application when it's ready to go. When it's ready. with the certified court copy of the marriage certificate, your I-94, your beneficiary's I-94, pictures of your wedding, pictures of your honeymoon. You got to have a strong green card application to avoid a second interview. So don't be in a big rush. Make sure before you send it, you don't make any mistakes in the paperwork. You don't spell anybody's name wrong. You don't put the passport number in there backwards. Sometimes you can transpose a number on the passport number. Make sure there's 0 errors. Make sure you got joint bank accounts together and you can prove it with the bank statements. How do you get on a bank in the United States? You got to have a social security number. How do you get a social security number? You can either go down to the Social Security office in town where you live with your I-94 and your passport and get it, or you can file for it on page 2 of USCIS form I-485. How does your wife change her last name to your last name, Mr. Sponsor, on page 1 of USCIS form 485? Don't make any mistakes, and don't submit for your green card application until it is strong. Don't get in a hurry, and don't cut any corners. When you get in a hurry, when you cut corners, when you get in a rush, you mess it up, and then you get an RFE. All right? Just be calm. So good job, Chris and Emil. Boogeyman, Diego got to the United States on the 12th of November, got married on the 27th of November, planning to apply for the adjustment of status by the 17th of January. Boogeyman knows what he's doing. That's good. Very good. And you're still within the window of time on the I-94. You didn't get in a big hurry. You didn't rush. And you're putting together a strong green card package. Trying to do things according to your adjustment of status video. Well, there's another Mountain Dew salute right there, because that video is 100% how you do it. If you watch my video I made for you guys on how to adjust status to green card, if you watch the video, okay, you don't have to pay an immigration attorney $4,000 to do it. You don't have to pay any of these freaking companies. How much do they charge you? $900 for this. Or if you want to go to Super Platinum Edition, $1,200 to process a freaking green card. Just watch the videos I've made, guys. And it's all free. It doesn't cost you a penny. And it's 100% accurate. Okay? I got 10 years doing this. Boogeyman, Mountain Dew salute. Chris and Emil, the deadline is before February 20th for 90 days. Now remember, Chris and Emil, it's preferred that you file for the green card application within 90 days, within the time frame of the I-94. But if you don't get it done in 90 days, it's okay. Okay? It's not mandatory. You get it done within 90 days filing for the green card. But it's preferred that you do. So if you watch the video I made on how to adjust status, like Boogeyman did, you're going to know how to do this, okay? And if you know how to do it, then you're not going to have another freaking interview with an immigration officer in some office somewhere, okay? Now, sometimes, occasionally, even if you put together a strong green card application, sometimes immigration wants to do a face-to-face for the green card. It happens sometimes. But that's just the process. Immigration just, okay, let's check these people out. But if you live in California, especially if you live in Los Angeles, okay, that's where most of the green card interviews are being, that's where the dice gets thrown, basically. If you live in California, if you live in LA, sometimes in New York City too, sometimes, but not in the city, not out upstate New York. If for some reason, I don't know why, but that's what happens. But Boogeyman, if you do things according to the video I made, you got this. And Chris and Emil, I understand you're trying to get it done before the 90 days, and that's preferred. It's much preferred. So let's suppose you get married. Let's like Karina. She arrived in America on January 3rd, 2024. We landed in Miami. I rented an SUV. We drove up the east coast of Florida. She got to see Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. We ate at this fantastic Mexican restaurant in North Palm Beach, Florida. We went up, and then we got to Jacksonville, and then we got on Interstate 10, and we drove across the Panhandle, and Karina got to see Tallahassee, the capital of Florida, It was at night and it was freaking raining, but she got to see it. Right? So Karina got here January 3rd. We got married January 14th, but we had all these wedding plans in place with Captain Bill. Remember, I had wedding plans in place a year before Karina got her K1 visa and her passport. And I had evidence of the wedding plans by emails. Okay? So luckily, they didn't ask Karina, do you have any wedding plans at the K1 visa interview? But they could have. And if they had asked her that question, did you have any wedding plans? Well, she had a stack of emails like this to give to the immigration officer. Yeah, we got wedding plans. Here they are. We got married January 14th. Karina filed for her green card on February 29th. So from January 14th to February 29th, we built a green card package. She had her social security number. She was on 2 bank statements. She was on the electric bill. She's on the water bill, the trash bill, blah, blah, blah. She's on all the bills. We collected them for 2 months. She filed for the green card February 29th. She got her green card June 25th in her hand. She got it in her hand. Okay? With a green card application that was this big. The stronger the green card application, the more stuff you put in there, the less chance of a second visa interview. Keesu Agnet. Oh, wait a second. Chris Nemo, when you prefer about I-693, you got to repeat the medical exam. December 2nd, 2024, USCIS is preparing for the Trump presidency. Okay, when President Trump was president in the past, he wanted everybody to repeat the medical exam when they got to America. And then Biden didn't become strict on that. But now Trump is president-elect. When you get to the United States, if you're in America right now and you haven't filed for your green card yet, make sure you repeat the medical exam, the 693. You got to find a civil surgeon in your city where you live, wherever it is. I don't care where it is in America. There's a civil surgeon there somewhere authorized by the State Department to conduct medical exams. Have the civil surgeon repeat the medical exam. He or she will sign the 693, recertify your vaccinations, look at your vaccination records, make sure you're not missing anything. And then that document will be put in a sealed envelope and you include it in your 2-year green card application. If you do not do that, you're going to get an RFE or a denial. That became effective mandatory December 2nd. So if you don't want to have your green card application all screwed up because you didn't take the time to repeat the medical exam, well, that's on you. But you're not going to do that. You're going to do it right. So you don't have to worry about it. You go to bed, you're going to sleep, and you're just going to wait for the approval. Let's see. Hi, Diego. And so the 693, Chris Nemo, is mandatory. You got to repeat the medical exam. And if you don't know, if you can't find a civil surgeon in your city, tell me where you live, and I will find one for you. How about that? So Agnes, hi Diego and Karina, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you also. I came here to America in June, got married in September. Now my husband doesn't want to adjust my status. He has anger issues. It's not being easy. What should I do? Let's see, Keesu. So you got married in June, or you came here in June, you got married in September. Okay? You got married within 90 days, right? Very close, it looks like. Your husband doesn't want to adjust the status, but you guys are married. He has anger issues. It's not being easy. Now, the question I should ask you is this, Keesu, do you want to live in the United States? Do you want to stay here? Or do you want to, okay, so you want to stay in the United States. So you got to ask him to adjust the status. You got to tell him, look, you need to adjust the status because if you don't, I'll be out of status. Okay, after 6 months anyway. You got married within 90 days, you're in status. So he has to adjust the status. If you want to live in America, if you don't want to live in America, then you got to get a divorce before you got to file for divorce and then go back home to where you started. Okay? But I would recommend you get some counseling. You and your husband need to get counseling. Okay? Go to a counselor a couple of times and try to overcome this. Okay? You got to overcome this. You got to go to a counselor, a marriage counselor. Say, look, I'm an immigrant from this country, and I can't, and my husband won't adjust my status for my green card. It's not good. Get to some marriage counseling, overcome his anger issues. It's probably stress, it's stress, okay? And then he'll adjust his status for you. But if he doesn't adjust status for you, you're going to have to divorce him and go home. You don't want to be going home to your home country married to an American, right? You're in this country, he's in America. How is he going to serve papers on you? How are you going to serve papers on him if you are separated by country, by oceans? If he won't do it, and if you don't, and if you're scared to live where you're at with him, file for divorce before you got to get divorced, okay? And then go home. But make sure you get the divorce first, okay? But my recommendation is to go to marriage counseling. Go to a counselor. Have somebody intervene and help him and help you. And then he'll then get the adjustment of status done. Okay? That's what I recommend. What should I do? Talk to him and get marriage counseling. Okay? Do that first. And then let me know how that works out. You're welcome, Keesu. Tell him that you want to be with him and that you want to go to marriage counseling to figure this out. And, that's what I would do. Boogeyman. So, Diego, we made a small error in the beneficiary. We put my mother's name backward in the marriage certificate and Social Security, and it's kind of too late to change it. Name is fine, just backwards. Is the name fine backwards? You put your mother's name. So, Boogeyman. So, you made a small error in the beneficiary. So you put your mother's name backwards on the marriage certificate. Well, you're not marrying your mom, okay? You married your beneficiary. So don't worry about it. If you married, your mom's name is basically not relevant so much on the marriage certificate, okay? So you're good. As long as you spelled your wife's name right, okay, then immigration is going to be looking at your wife's name. Is it spelled correctly? Is it in the correct sequence? They're going to look at your name. They're going to look at the date you got married. And then they're going to look at your I-94. So they got your marriage certificate and they got your I-94. They look at, did you get married within the time frame on the I-94? If you did, you're in status. If mom's name is backwards, oh well. Just so long as your wife's name is correct, you're good. Let me see here. I wanted to fix it, but my wife thinks it's a lot of work and it won't matter. She's right. You married your wife, not her mom or your mom. You're good. Francois Livingston, your dedication to this channel is phenomenal. Thank you. Francois, we're here for you guys. Christmas, New Year's, summer, winter, fall. And you know how Karina's learning about America? We go to Walmart. Let's suppose we go shopping at Walmart, right? And we're walking, and I always park away, the furthest place I can find. So the car doesn't get dinged up by shopping carts, and I can make a quick escape because it's busy here. So if I park far away at the furthest spot, okay, it's a long walk to the freaking doors to Walmart, but oh well, the car's not going to get dinged. And it's easy to leave at the end. I don't have to be stopping and starting, waiting for people to back in and out of parking spaces. But when we walk from the car to the doors of Walmart, Karina says, hey, look at this license plate. But this car is from Wisconsin. Where's Wisconsin? And I explain to her, Wisconsin's here. And then she'll say, well, look at this. This license plate is from Nebraska. Where's Nebraska? And I'll explain to her where Nebraska is. So we're going to walk from the car to the door of Walmart, and she will probably see 5 different states on 5 different cars. And I explained to her where the states are. Texas, Kansas, California. Mass? She's good. So we park far away, and we make this long walk across the parking lot, and Karina learning about America just by walking to freaking Walmart. She knows where Nebraska is, Wisconsin, Maryland, California, and she'll see the license plate. She goes, oh, I like this. This license plate's pretty cool. And Illinois, there was a car parked from Illinois. Now, I don't blame people parking down here from Illinois because it's cold in Illinois right now. And Francois, we're here for you. Karina's learning the geography of America from the license plates of cars in the Walmart parking lot. I'm serious. She knows where, and then she'll say, well, where's Nebraska? Is it close? How far away is it? How far away is Nebraska? I said, it's a long freaking way. And I explained to her where it is in America. And she said, what about California? I said, California is 4 days away. In a car, anyway. Fazak is in the house. Hi, Diego. Great news. My fiance is here in my house. Everything went smoothly. Flights and immigration, a great Christmas. Now, Fazak, if I remember, and I try to remember everybody, your fiance came from Thailand and her medical exam was fixing to expire. And if you didn't get her on that flight from Thailand to the United States within those 3-day window, you would have to go back and repeat this whole thing over again, right? Fazak, we welcome your new bride to the United States. We welcome her, and Fazak, congratulations. Now you got to take a breather and start putting your green card package together, her green card package together for her 2-year green card. But take a breather, take a couple of days, enjoy Christmas, and relax a little bit. Congratulations. It's a great Christmas for Fazak. Kayusu Agnes. Yeah, you're welcome, Kayusu. Shiku. She can file for a VAWA. Is that possible? Yeah, she could file for a VAWA if there's domestic violence, if there's a police report. You got to have a police report. If there's a police report on file where her husband abused her, she can file for VAWA. Absolutely. And then she can file for the green card on her own without him. She can file as a VAWA and get her green card that way. But you got to have a police report. You got to prove it. And she should have been given that information when she went to her embassy interview. When you go to the embassy interview, they give you paperwork. Fazak, she's from Burma via Thailand. Dang, that's right. Hey, I messed up twice today. I messed up for Mountain Nomads. I forgot about his visa interview in February. And Fazak, your fiance is from Burma. That's right. But I knew Thailand was in there somewhere. So she had to go from Burma to Thailand and from Thailand to the United States. But you only had a 3-day window of time on the medical exam. So I'm glad she made it. That's right, Burma. I would love to go to Burma with Karina, but I don't know. It's politically unstable right now. I think it's politically unstable. I don't know if I want. I don't know. I'd love to go see the history of the place. Fazak, getting a flight out of Burma was very difficult, but we got one somehow. That's right. I knew it was going to be tough. Flying out of Burma is tough. It's the political climate there is not so good. Okay. I mean, what, didn't they have a military freaking takeover or something of the country? I don't know, something like that. So I'm so happy for you, Fazak, and especially for your fiance making it to the United States, getting out of that country. That's why Karina moved to Colombia. She's like, forget this. I'm not living under this commie dictator. She moved to Colombia. She lived there for 6 years. But we got to get her mom. We got to help her mom out because her mom's still there. And Shiku, you're right. She can file for VAWA if there's evidence, if there's a police report. Francois Livingston, great news. Found a place here in town where Hamid was able to have his TB blood test. I knew you could do it, Francois. I had faith in you. I knew you could do it. Mountain Dew salute. And they got the results already. Now waiting to get his physical in January 2025. Almost there. Right. Now, Francois, make sure the civil surgeon fills out the 693 and certifies the vaccinations. When he goes for his physical, please have the civil surgeon do the administrator do that paperwork for you. Okay? And they must recertify the vaccinations. And then they put it in a sealed envelope and they tape it up and say for USCIS eyes only, 007 stuff. Right? Kind of reminds me when we were going through immigration in Bogota, Colombia, when I accompanied Karina to Miami, we were at immigration in Bogota, and the Colombian immigration guy took Karina's K1 visa packet out of her bag, her carry-on, and he started to he took his fingers like he was going to open it. So I slapped him on the freaking wrist. I said, "Don't even touch that, dude." In Spanish, I said, "If you open that, her K1 visa is invalid." I said, "Bam!" I said, "Do you want to keep your job? Do you like working for immigration here in Colombia? Because if you touch that freaking bag, if you open that up, okay, you're going to lose your job. That is U.S. government paperwork. You can't touch it. You can't look at it. If you want to have dogs sniff it, you go right ahead. If you want to X-ray it, you go right ahead. If you want to massage it with your hands, you go right ahead. But you don't freaking open it. Because if you open it, that means I got to go back to the U.S. Embassy in Colombia, in Bogota, and have them reseal it and explain and get your freaking name and say, dude, I want your name and your badge number." He went, "I'm sorry, lo siento, no, perdón, so he took his hands right off of it. I had to be, I'm like, dude, are you freaking, is this your first day on the job? Francois, good job, Francois. You are almost there, Francois. Chris Nemo, I can't find the A4 binding paper at these stores. What? When I print it, parts of it cut off is the setting. I need A4 paper. You use this paper right here. It's right here. What is that? That's Xerox paper. That's what you're going to print stuff on. Xerox on. Just go to Walmart and buy some. And while you're walking across the parking lot, explain where the different states are from the tag numbers. Let me see here. So Frazak, yeah, Burma, yes, flying from Burma to Thailand. That must have been pretty hairy. Shiku, just hope they receive my files and cash my check within 3 weeks. I put everything documented. Once they cash my check, I will be sleeping. They're going to cash your check, Shiku. The U.S. government loves taking money from us. Okay? And in January, Karina's going to get to learn how to file taxes with me. We're going to do a joint tax return. I'm not going to pay them till freaking April. But I'm going to show Karina how to file a 1040. Okay? She's going to learn. And I strongly recommend, if you got married in 2024, you can file a joint tax return in 2025. I think. Maybe. Is that right? Or 20, I don't know. But we're going to file a joint tax return. Okay? Shiku, they're gonna open up your box in Phoenix, they're gonna cash your check, and they're gonna send you notification, and you're gonna start the process. Then you're gonna get a letter to go to your biometrics, and then you're gonna go to your biometrics, which is your photograph, your fingerprints, and your full signature, and then you're gonna wait for your green card. It's no problem, Shiku. You've got this. I don't want to make another package, so photocopies to do. I didn't submit any original photos with the K1 visa or the green card application. I used a printer here and printed them on paper. Here's Karina's beautiful pictures in the computer, and I printed them on paper. Don't spend a fortune on brand new on this stuff. Glossy photo paper. These are great for family pictures. If you want to print a picture of your beneficiary together with you and your friends, you use this. Because immigration is going to look at the pictures and then they're going to shred them. Okay? So don't be spending a fortune on that fancy glossy paper, photo paper. And you just get some rest, Shiku. Just relax. You've got this. Fazak, getting a flight out of Burma was very difficult. Yes. Yes, from getting stamped passport last Friday to having to be in the United States in 7 days or else. But we put pixie dust all over that flight. Didn't she fly Qatar Airlines? I can't remember. Hannah, Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. Merry Christmas, Hannah. How long will it take for the adjustment of status to get approved in these days? Well, right now it's Christmas and New Year's, so things are slowed down a little bit. I submitted 2 months ago, Okay, and my USCIS online account says now the estimated time is 9 months. So that's correct. It's about 9 months, which is what I've been telling you guys. So in about 6 to 7 months from now, about 6 months from now, Hannah, you're good to go. Hannah, relax. Just put your feet up. Enjoy life in the United States. Fazak, my fiance's daughter, is in the opposition army fighting for democracy in Burma, fighting in the jungle. Fazak. Well, let's put lots of pixie dust on your fiance's daughter fighting for freedom, and a Mountain Dew salute, and a salute to your fiance's daughter fighting for freedom. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like the whole world is in chaos right now. The whole world is in freaking chaos. So let's hope we have let's hope that the world calms down in 2025. Seriously, you got Russians fighting Ukrainians, but they're brothers. It's like brother fighting brother. It's like the American Civil War, North v. the South. A war is stupid. It costs a lot of money, kills a lot of people, and what happens at the end? The people that started it are still alive. Maybe we should have Putin and Zelensky get into a boxing ring and let them fight it out, and don't let people get killed. Seriously. I'm serious. Let's see here. But we're glad your fiancé Fazak is fighting for democracy. Now remember, in the United States, we're a republic. So it'd be better for her to be fighting for a republic, which is a representative government, more so than a democracy. Just my opinion. Colombia, the United States, is a republic with representative government. That's what you want in Burma, right? A representative government. A democracy sometimes doesn't work out that way. Chris and Emma, what is the grace period after 90 days process to do the adjustment of status? 6 months is the cutoff. You get to the United States. The ultimate goal is to file for the green card you get married, wait about 50 or 60 days, put a fantastic green card package together, and get it done within 90 days. But the cutoff is 6 months. Some people, they don't have $1,400, $1,440 for a green card. They got to save it up. So it takes a little bit of time. But the 6 months is the cutoff from the day you enter the United States or get married right in there. Okay? Let me see. Francois Livingston. Diego, is it so hard to add Hamid's name on the utility bills? Diego, it is so hard to add Hamid's name on utility bills. Electricity, gas company, and internet carriers don't do that. Water bill requires Hamid's name on the house deed before they will add him. Well, you live in New York, number one, Francois. I think there are basically 2 states in the United States that are basically tyrannical communist enclaves, California and New York. So they want to control the people down to what they can eat for breakfast. If the governor of New York had her chance, she would tell you what you could eat for breakfast in the morning and where to buy it from and how much to pay for it. I understand, Francois, you live in a state that sucks by the government. Now, I used to live in New York. I lived in Staten Island for a very small period of time, but I was there. I love the people. I love the state of New York. It's a fantastic place to go on vacation. I want to take Karina to the Empire State Building and I want to take her to New York. But I would never live there again because the government sucks. You got to get a new government, a new governor. You get a new governor and you get freedom back to New York, to the citizens of New York, and everything will be better. If you lived in Florida, Francois, Hamid's name would be on every single freaking utility bill already and on the house. I'm serious. And he'd probably have his driver's license by now. Well, not yet, because you got to get a green card in Florida. You got to have your green card. When Francois, listen, Hamid's going to get his green card. When he gets it, get out of New York. Move to Florida. You have the qualifications that we need in Florida, and you won't pay any state tax here. Okay, we have hurricanes. But whoop-de-doo. It's part of living in Florida. You got earthquakes somewhere else. You have earthquakes in New York, right? So Francois, if you cannot add Hamid to the utility bills, you write an affidavit letter and explain that and put it in the green card application. Say you tried to put Hamid on this and this and this, but the state of New York will not allow him to do that until he gets his green card. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying? Just write a letter explaining it and put it as an affidavit. Say, look, I tried to put Hamid on the water bill. I couldn't do it. Or the gas bill or the internet carrier because we need this, 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 and this. Explain it, and immigration will say, okay, no problem. Oh, you live in New York State. Well, surprise, surprise, right? Chris and Emma, will you make a video of my timeline for the process to the USA? Yes, I will. Chris and Emma, I need for you to email, not email it, I don't even use email. I need for you to post it for me in the YouTube channel. The date of your NOA-1 letter, the date of your NOA-2 letter, the MVC welcome letter, the packet 3, packet 4 email, the date of the medical exam in was it the Philippines? And just give me the timeline and I'll make you a video that you will have forever. You'll have it forever. A memory of your K1 visa experience. Destiny's Room, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Destiny's Room. Chris and Emma, I'll be glad to make a video for you so you'll have it forever. Destiny's Room, I'm so sick these holidays. But Moroccan husband has really stepped up to help me praise Jesus. There you go. Well, it's Jesus' birthday. So we're going to say happy birthday, right, to Jesus. Jesus Cristo. That's why we celebrate this time of year. You know, it's happy Hanukkah, it's Merry Christmas, but Christmas was created to celebrate the birth of Jesus. That's why it's here. Okay? Now, if you don't celebrate Christmas, you have a different religion, that's perfectly fine. But in this country, on this day, we celebrate the birth of Christ. Yes, it's a holiday. I'm glad he stepped up, Destiny's Room. He's a good man. Francois Livingston, by the way, working on the house deed, but these attorneys are a ripoff. Well, they like to drive around in Mercedes-Benzes, right? Either they don't reply to your call or charge a ridiculous amount just to file. Their time fee is paid by my employer. That's insane, Francois. But listen, Francois, you got all this done, right? By watching this channel, by watching the videos. So I've already saved you about $4,000, $5,000 off the bat, right? I saved you that money off the bat, right? So then you're already ahead $4,000. Now you're investing in Hamid's future. But the problem is you live in New York State. And Governor Hochul, she's a total disaster of a governor. She's a total disaster. She's a horrible governor. And she creates more problems than she fixes. And you are experiencing it living in that state. Either change the government or move to Florida or move to Nevada or move to Texas, somewhere like that, where you're going to have more freedom and it's a lot easier to do business with the government. Okay? The government of New York is a freaking joke. I'm surprised the governor of New York hasn't been told to resign from her terrible governance. She doesn't lead nothing. She's horrible. Just my opinion. If you like the governor of New York, well then, good at it. That's your opinion. My opinion is she needs to go. And Francois, you just got to do what you got to do for Hamid. You got to do what you got to do. And unfortunately, you're living in the state of New York right now. You just got to do what you got to do. Okay, Francois, you can do it. Shiku, I use photocopy papers. Yes, because I don't have a photocopy machine. I went to the library to print my form, but you have to do a lot of photos, copy of documents. Don't want to do that again. No, Shiku, you won't have to do that again. Right now, your green card application is in Phoenix, Arizona. You're good to go. Or you got to just wait for them to open the box. But right now it's Christmas week, and then it's New Year's. So don't be surprised if you don't hear from immigration until January of 2025. So between now and 2025, Shiku, January, just relax. You're in America. You're right here. You're in the United States. Like Karina's in the United States. She has her green card. She's been here almost a year. Almost a year. It won't be long before we're filing for Karina's 10-year green card. Let's see here. So Francois is saying hello to Destiny's Room. Yeah, everybody say hi to Destiny's Room. I hope Destiny's Room. I hope Diego and Karina are well. We're always good. We're great. We're good. Everything's good. Karina made it through her first summer in Florida. She's like, man, it's so freaking hot in June. May. It's starting in May. Starting in May, she's like, man, it's so hot here. I said, wait till August gets here. Because remember, Karina we lived in the mountains of Bogota for 3 years almost. Well, Karina for 6 years. I was with her in Bogota in freezing myself to death. I don't know how she did it, but she likes cold weather. I said, well, Florida's hot. But she's doing great. Karina's doing great. She's getting ready for her second summer of 2025. And I got to take her to the beach. You know, in 2024, I didn't take her to the beach. I went to the beach maybe once or twice. But in 2025, I promised, yo permiso, mi hermosa esposa, tiempo con en playa. Okay, so I did it publicly. I'm going to take her to the beach. She said, yeah, when it's not cold. Well, no, we're not going to go to the beach when it's cold. Let me see. Destiny's Room to Francois. Bless you. We've been having the hardest time getting him on the bank account. It was hard for me too when I went to France. But we don't pay utilities in this house, so we aren't there yet. Destiny's Room. Whatever you can't get accomplished in regarding to putting the name on the house or the apartment or the whatever, or getting names on utility bills, you got to write a letter of explanation to immigration and put it in the green card application. Explain why. Because if you don't include any of this stuff, you can't prove cohabitation. And then you could get an RFE. Well, we want to see cohabitation evidence. But if you can't get it on the bills, because some states just make it difficult to do that, then write a letter of explanation in a form of an affidavit. And then get your friends to write letters and say, yeah, A and B are married and live together happily at this address. Get people to write letters to you, maybe postcards to you with your both names on the envelopes to show that the mail came to your house. The Mountain Dew went down. I'm almost out of Mountain Dew right here. You got it? Francois, I don't like it here anymore. So the first chance we get, we're going to leave to somewhere warm. Hey, Francois, Mountain Dew salute. You lit? Look at that. Karina bought me this for Father's Day. Mountain Dew hat, Mountain Dew salute, and then I got Mountain Dew underwear in this can right here. Well, I'm wearing it right now. Mountain Dew salute to Francois. I got out of New York in 1982, Francois. I was in Staten Island, and it was the blizzard of 82. And I was living with my aunt, and the house was snowed in. I couldn't get out of the front door. I'm like, what the heck? So I had to go up to the second floor of her townhouse, climb out the window, jump. Hopefully I didn't land on anything sharp, with a shovel in my hand, and dig a freaking escape route to the front door so she could get out of the house. So after I cleared the sidewalk to her front door, then the neighbor came out. Hey, hey, can you do mine too? I'm like, okay. So I cleared his. I was only 19 years old. So I cleared his driveway. And then the other neighbor came out from the other side. You help me too. So I cleared this house and my aunt's house, and I cleared his house. And then I went inside the house and I said, and I packed my stuff up that night, and I said to my aunt, I said, hey, can you take me to John F. Kennedy Airport in Queens? She goes, sure, why? I said, I'm moving to Florida. What do you mean you're moving to Florida? You don't know. What do you mean? I said, I'm out of here. She goes, well, okay, you're 19. So she drove me to Queens. I bought a one-way plane ticket to Jacksonville, Florida, got on a plane in New York, flew to Jacksonville. Then I got a Greyhound bus and said, I don't like Jacksonville. There's too many people here. There's too many people. This city's too busy. I jumped on a Greyhound bus and I got off in Fort Walton Beach. And I didn't have a job. I had nothing. So I went into the bus station in Fort Walton Beach. I said, look, I'm from New York, I've been up in New York. I don't have a job. Do you have any openings? Do you have any job openings? And the lady said, yeah. You can paint? I said, I can paint. I was, no problem. And here I am in Florida, a resident of Florida since 1982. What's that, 42 years? Dang, that's a long time. I said, I'm out of New York State. I got the hell out of there. But I'm glad I did, because it's ran by idiots right now. New York's ran by incompetent idiots. The government, not the people. Even the mayor of New York, Mayor Adams, he's waking up. He's smelling the coffee. He's like, dang, what are we doing? We're bankrupt in our city of New York. We're bankrupt in New York City. He's waking up. Let me see here. So Francois, get out of there. But you got to wait till Fahmy gets his green card in his hand. Do not move until he has the green card in his hand, okay? And move somewhere warm. Well, Nevada's warm. Florida's warm. And I say Nevada and Florida because you don't pay state tax in either one of those states. So the money you make, Francois, you get to keep. You don't give it to the governor of, right now you're paying taxes to the governor of New York so she can go on freaking vacation. Get out of there. Destiny's Room, that's our plan too. There you go. Destiny's Room and Francois. We're going to get you out of there. After we helped my mom for a year, I'm trying to leave Michigan. So Destiny's Room, you're in Michigan. It's cold there and you pay state tax. Get out of there. Francois, got it. Eternal gratitude. Francois, always. Remember, this is the channel to come for a solution. If you have a problem, I got the answer. If it pertains to K-1 visas and green cards and spousal visas and tourist visas, I've got the answer to your questions right here. And it costs you $0. An immigration attorney will charge you an arm and a leg. And Destiny's Room, it's good that you're helping your mom. I hope you can do it, Francois. Francois can do it. Sure, she can. We need Francois in Florida. There's always jobs for Francois. There is a job tomorrow for Francois in Florida. Making serious big bucks too. And it's tax-free for the state. Shiku, me too. This holiday I should have fun before the holiday. Shiku, it's okay. It's holiday. It's Christmas time. It's New Year's. Things slow down. Everything goes slow, dead in the water until January. Okay. Chris and Emma, I never received 3 or 4 package email, but you got through the process. Francois, I'm doing my best and followed your advice, except now running into roadblocks with these utilities companies. Will immigration read the affidavit letter if I include it in the green card package? Yes. Immigration read everything in the green card application. They go over everybody's green card application with a fine-tooth comb. They read everything from page 1 to however big or however thick your green card package is. They read it all. Everything. So you got to make sure you don't screw up the name spelling, passport numbers. Make sure the paperwork is 100% correct. And if you write a letter of affidavit, Francois, explaining why you can't get hammered on utility bills, you sign it as an affidavit. They will read it and they will say, no problem. You explained yourself. If you don't explain yourself, that's when immigration goes like this. What's the deal here? You got to explain it. No matter what it is. Let me see. Francois, will immigration read everything? Will they read the affidavit letter? Yes, they will. Let me see. Sandarine forever. Feliz Navidad, Diego. Gracias. And Karina. Django una pregunta. I have a question. Someone I know recently got married. She entered the country as a tourist, stayed, and is now married to an American citizen. Could she be deported? It depends on, well, here's the thing. If you come to the United States on a tourist visa, you're here as a tourist. You're going to go to Disney World. You're not going to get married. If you come to the United States on a tourist visa and get married, that's an immigration violation. Under Biden, he really didn't enforce it. He did and he didn't. It depended on the immigration officer. So when that person files for adjustment of status, they're going to be looking for the K-1 visa. Or the spouse, no, the K-1 visa. Where's the K-1 visa? Or the spouse, where's your K-1? Well, I got my tourist visa. I came as a tourist. Well, that's an immigration violation. Okay? Can she be deported? Yes, she can. She could. Will she be deported under Biden? Probably not. They'll just write her, they'll probably make her go to a face-to-face visa interview, slap her on the wrist and say, don't do that again. But now we got a new president, President-elect Trump. President-elect Trump isn't going to put up with that. Under President-elect Trump, you got to trust me, guys. If you come to the United States on a tourist visa and get married, you ain't going to get a green card. You're not going to get a green card. You're going to be told to go back home, and your American citizen sponsor is going to be told to file for a spousal visa, an IR1 spousal visa. And then you're going to be back in your home country waiting for the IR1 to get adjudicated. You're going to get in line with everybody else. When people come to America on a tourist visa and get married, they basically screw up the whole thing for everybody else who's doing it the right way. And then it makes it a lot harder to get a tourist visa. If you're in Colombia, it takes 2 years to get a tourist visa. 2 years. Our friends in Bogota, he's a pastor in a church. He applied for a tourist visa to come to the United States to go to his brother's wedding who lives in Miami. He waited 2 years. The planning was 2 years in advance. He went to the visa interview in Bogota. They said, no. Sorry, we're going to deny your visa, your tourist visa. Why? Because he had family in Miami. They were scared he was going to stay. Why were they scared he was going to stay? Because of all the people that abuse the system of the tourist visa. If foreign nationals didn't abuse the tourist visa, then there would be more tourist visas being issued to foreign nationals. There's our friend from England, okay? She's on a K-1 right now. Her fiance lives in Arizona. She flies back and forth to the United States on a tourist visa, and her tourist visa is good for 10 years. So she flies back and forth to visit her fiance in Arizona. Does she stay in America? Does she get married on the tourist visa? No. She goes back home to England, and she waited for her K-1 visa application, and it got approved. And then she came back to the United States and did it the right way. Okay? So Sandiran forever. Can she be deported? Under Biden? Probably not. Biden will probably issue her the green card. Under Trump? Probably yes, she could. She'll be asked to self-deport. They will ask her, you need to go home and let your husband apply for your IR1 spousal visa. Okay? That's my opinion. That's what I think. I don't think she'll be deported because she has to apply for the green card. She has to adjust status. Okay, you come to the United States on a tourist visa, you get married to an American, you got to adjust status to green card. So you adjust the status. Immigration's looking for the K-1 visa. Where is it? I don't have one. All I have is a tourist visa. Red flag goes up the flagpole. Under Biden, okay, maybe she didn't know the rules. She didn't understand. Give her the green card. Under Trump, go home and apply for the spousal visa. See what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Destiny's Room, great story. Tasha Sweeney Mumadi. Hi, Diego. Merry Christmas. My husband got his green card. Whoa. Mountain Dew salute. Tasha Sweeney. I just hope this channel helped you get through it. Get through this. Let me see here. Good job. And Merry Christmas, Tasha Sweeney, to you and your family. Destiny's Room's going to bed. Good night, Destiny's Room. Francois Livingston on Destiny's Room. Feel better. Yeah, feel better, Destiny's Room. Feel better. Girl Dragon. Welcome, Girl Dragon. Happy holidays. We say Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Diego and Karina. We love you guys. Hope you're doing great. It's Karina's first Christmas. It is. Karina's first Christmas in America. It's an amazing, isn't it amazing how things happen, how people meet each other globally, they fall in love, they get married, everything works out. It's a great place to be, right? Yeah, Girl Dragon, Karina's first Christmas in the United States. The Mountain Nomads, last question. Diego, what's your thoughts about Washington State? There's a nice place to live. They don't have a state income tax in Washington State. We love mountains, but also the jobs opportunity is important. Washington State's a great place as regards to taxes. Okay? Now, I don't care for the governor of Washington State so much. The governor of Washington State is as clueless as the governor of New York State. But Washington State doesn't have an income tax for the state. And there's plenty of job opportunities. And the thing I don't like about Washington State is it rains a lot. Okay? Washington State rains just as much as London, England, and just as much as Bogota, Colombia. Okay? But it's a great place to be. I recommend Washington State. If you can put up with their government, then you're good. I would say it's okay. Brownie RSPS. Hello, Diego and Karina. Greetings from Virginia. Now, you were in England, right? We drove 16 hours from Missouri to visit my fiance's family. Our wedding is in 2 days. Now, Brownie. And Merry Christmas to you and Feliz Navidad for Karina. Brownie, listen, you came from England, right? You got to get lots of pictures. Make sure you get lots of pictures for the family Christmas gathering. Okay? Get lots of pictures with everybody. In the pictures, you're going to name who the people are, where the picture was taken, and the date the picture was taken. And you're going to put about 10 of those pictures in your green card application for the 2 years. If you have gas receipts for the trip from Missouri to Virginia, keep those gas receipts or print them off your credit card, your wife's credit card, and put in the green card application, this is our trip from Missouri to Virginia. If you can prove the trip, you do it with credit card receipts for gas, right? You buy gas in different places. And it will strengthen your green card application. But most important is all the pictures with the family and friends. At least 20 at a minimum for the green card application. Your wedding is in 2 days. Well, that's right around the corner. So it's going to be the day after Boxing Day because you're from England. Tomorrow is Boxing Day, right? In England. And then the day after Boxing Day is when you get married. Merry Christmas, Brownie. Syrian forever. That's what I thought. I advised her to be aware of potential deportation. Thank you for the abundantly gracious advice. Listen, Sandarin forever. On this channel, I will tell you how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If I think your green card application sucks, I will tell you. If I think your K-1 visa application sucks, I will tell you, and I will guide you to fix it so you get approved. If I think you're going to get deported for doing something stupid, I will tell you. If you get married on a tourist visa, it's an immigration violation. And it will make it even. Let's suppose in that she gets the green card and Biden approves the green card. Okay, the Biden administration. When she goes to apply for U.S. citizenship, more than likely she'll be denied U.S. citizenship because they're going to say, well, you came in on a tourist visa, you violated immigration policies. So you have a problem with your character. If you move while a green card holder, if you move, if you can move, it's a free country, America. But if you move while you're a green card holder, and you don't notify immigration, the sponsor's got to fill out a specific form. This beneficiary has to fill out a specific form. If you don't notify immigration of your new address while a green card holder, and you go to apply for U.S. citizenship, you will be denied U.S. citizenship. Immigration will say, well, we have in our computer your green card application is here, but your N400 application for U.S. citizenship is here. So you moved. So what do? They look for the AR-15, was it the AR-15 form? And they look for the sponsor's form for movement. So if the sponsor and the beneficiary move, the sponsor has to fill out this form right here, I-865. If the sponsor and the beneficiary move, the sponsor's got to fill out this form right here. I don't know if you can see it, and it's 5 pages long. If you don't fill it out and you go to apply for U.S. citizenship, your beneficiary, Mr. Sponsor, will be denied. If you get married on a tourist visa, especially during the Trump administration, that's coming up in a very short time, you're going to have problems. Okay? If you want to live in America and be happily married, you do it the right way. You either come in on a K-1 or an IR-1 spousal visa. Do it the right way. You won't have any issues. If you screw with the system under a Trump administration, you will be asked to leave the country. Okay? Tejaswini Mumadi. Yes, this channel helped me a lot. Thank you so much, Diego. You're welcome. That's why we're here. We're here for you today on Christmas Day. Brownie, RSPS, we're doing just that thanks to your advice. You're welcome, Brownie. I try to remind everybody that immigration work off of evidence. They don't work off of nice words. Okay? Evidence. Tina Phoebe Umakoro. Hi, Diego and Karina. Please, what do you think about Georgia State? Georgia State, the university or the state of Georgia? The Peach State. Georgia is a beautiful state. It's a low cost of living. They do have a state income tax. So if you move to Georgia, you will pay the folks in Atlanta some of your hard-earned money just by virtue of the fact that you will be living in Georgia. They have a state income tax. But the gasoline prices are low. Gas prices are not very expensive in Georgia. They don't have a very high sales tax. The government seems to be pretty good. So Georgia's a nice place. I would recommend it if you don't mind paying state income tax. And you get an abundant supply of peaches. Brownie. And yeah, the 26th is Boxing Day. Yeah, Boxing Day is in England. Tomorrow's Boxing Day. And also in Canada, I think, and Australia. I think in Australia too. Brownie RSPS, my fiance's family is from Guatemala. So I've got to learn Spanish. Pronto, sí, yo. Es muy importante que aprender español muy rápido. So es también para mí. Okay, Brownie, yeah, learn Spanish. The way I learned Spanish was I lived in Bogota, Colombia for almost 3 years. I had no choice. We rented an apartment in Bogota, and the landlord told me in Spanish, Diego, in Colombia, you speak Spanish. In Florida, you speak English, but you're in Colombia. Speak Spanish. I said, sí, señor. Yo aprendo español muy rápido. I studied Spanish. I watched videos on YouTube, and I listened to Karina. Karina would speak to me all in Spanish. The landlord spoke to me in Spanish. We go to the supermarket. They talk to me in Spanish. I got an American credit card, and I had to have my schedule. I had to have my permission slip to live in Colombia, and I learned Spanish in about a year and a half. So Brownie, your fiance's family is from Guatemala, Central America, so you got to learn Spanish. Well, I've been talking for an hour and 28 minutes on Christmas Day. I'm going to put pixie dust over everybody. Okay? Success. Mountain Nomads, you're going to have a successful visa interview in February in Casablanca. No problem. Francois Livingston, you're going to have a successful green card application. No problem. Brownie, you're going to have a fantastic time with your family in Virginia. Get lots of pictures. Make sure you identify who's in the picture. So if you don't know anybody at this family gathering, say, what's your name? What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? And you got to make sure you get everybody's name, because you're going to tell immigration who is in the picture with you and your fiance. Merry Christmas, Shiku. Merry Christmas, Brownie. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas. And we will, what's today? Wednesday? We will see you on Saturday, 6 p.m. Wait, Chris Namel's got a question, I think. I have a USCIS account. Does my wife need to make one? or wait till the letter comes in the mail. Wait till the letter comes in the mail. But what I did was I used the USIS account number I had already created. I just put in the IOE receipt number and it would pop up the status of Karina's green card. But I only checked maybe once a month. I wasn't looking at it every freaking day because you're going to get a headache and have a nervous breakdown if you do that. See you guys on Saturday. And Shiku, thank you for that super chat.